Hi all, I'm Nitesh Goyal and welcome back to our channel ML for Analytics. In this video tutorial, we will be studying about Azure Data Storage Services. So, in overall, Azure provides around like say 5 services for storage, and we will be deep diving in all those services in this video. So let's move on. So before moving to that, here is the overview of Azure or the procedure that Azure follows. The first one is data ingestion, then data storage, then preparation of data for analysis, then analyzing the data. So corresponding to these all four matrices, there are different services being provided by Azure, and in our previous video, I have covered topics related to data ingestion. If you want to see that video, I will add a description. I will add a link about it in the description. So please do watch that. So let's move on to the data storage. So these are the 5 services being provided by Azure for data storage. The first one is Blob storage, then Data Lake Gen 2, Cosmos DB, SQL DB, and SQL Warehouse. Blob storage. So blob storage is one of the cheapest storage being provided by the Azure and the most easy to configure. So it is basically for all the unstructured data like videos, images, and you can even save the structured data as well over here. Or you can just prefer to save like JSON documents or as well in this storage. By default, it provides Geo Redundancy, and then it is very useful when you prefer to archive your data, though it provides you different services like for hot services, premium services, cold data services. We will come to that what they are. Then another one is it does provide us the APIs, REST APIs for accessing its data using a code or anything you want. And if you don't want to spend your money over the APIs, and if you just want to go there and edit the data, then there is that option as well with the help of Azure Data Explorer. Then the best thing about it is scalable. It is very scalable, and if you are tight on money, then Blob storage is the best choice for you because it is one of the cheapest storages provided by Azure, and of course you get cloud connectivity. So what are the redundancy techniques being followed by Azure in all its services, not just the blob storage, but however for all the services? The first one is local redundant storage. By it means, for example, if your primary region, let's say Delhi or a city, then it will copy your data 3 times in that primary region, or you can say there is a server location and there are multiple, it will create 3 copies of your data in that single server location only. And then comes the Geo-Zone redundant storage, that is like there are 3 different servers within a within a specific primary region, so it will create 3 copies of your data in those 3 server locations instead of single server location in the first one. And the second thing is for this local redundant storage, LRS and ZRS, what it does is it copies data synchronously. That is an important point to remember. Then comes the GRS, that is Geo Redundant Storage, and this is the default storage provided by Blob Storage. And what it does is like it follows the local redundant storage as well as it asynchronously copies your data into a different location or the different location of servers. It can be either in your city or out of your city, let's say India and US. It will create 2 copies of that data. Then comes the read access geo redundant storage. So here it what does is it is same as GRS only with one implication, that is it will follow LRS, no issues with that, read and write everything will work. But on the secondary storage where it has created the second copy of your data asynchronously, it will only provide read access on that server, not write access. That is the main thing over here. Then comes the Geo-Zone redundant storage. It will follow all the features of ZRS as well as GRS, that is copy data in 3 servers of primary region and then create a copy of it asynchronously in a secondary region, let's say US. The primary region is India and the US is the secondary region, then it will create India's data India's data copy in the US region. Then comes the RAGZRS, that is read access Geo-Zone redundant storage. It will follow all the steps of GZRS with the implication of the secondary storage, that is on secondary storage it will only provide read access. So guys, that is about the redundancy techniques being followed around all the Azure services. Now, what are the blob storage tiers? So we were studying about like blob storage is good for archiving the data, useful for archiving data. However, you can use same for different purposes. Like if you have a very high transactional data that you have to access and then update very rapidly, then there is a premium service for it. However, the charge for it just increases. For example, for if you move from archive to the premium, the price will increase as well as your speed of access and updating the data will also increase. Then comes the hot access or hot tier. In that case, it is for general purpose like 100 or 200 queries in an hour or something like that. Then comes the cold storage, like 10 queries in a day, something like that. And archiving, we just archive the data for a few months or let's say 10 months, and the maximum time period for which the blob storage keep the data archived is for 10 years. Like if I have saved some data today and I am not updating that data, so from today's timestamp it will keep that data up to next 10 years. However, if you update the data in the meantime, so as a result the max archive date will also increase. Then comes the Azure Data Lake Gen 2. It is again a service which is based on blob storage only. However, very more profound, and it comes with a lot of more things as well and a bit of premium in compared to blob storage. First thing it can do is it can provide the permissions per file. You can just, for example, if you have a storage, you have let's say 10 files and 5 contains sensitive data, then you can just provide access to a particular file to a person specifically what you want, what kind of permission you want to provide him, like read write permission or read only permission, something like that. And we provide the role based access, which is also just part of this only. Then next comes the common data model. This is the most important concept in Azure Data Lake Gen 2. What it does is it allows you to combine the data or centralize the data of all the services of Azure. For example, if you have some data coming from Azure Data Factory and something coming from Azure ML services and something coming from Azure SQL services, then you can combine all those data into a central repository called common data model, and you can even save the data of Power BI data flows over there and just combine everything and then work on that common data. So that is the greatest advantage of Azure Data Lake Gen 2, and it is very good for big data, no doubt about that. You can store a lot of data over here. And another thing is, it same as Hadoop distributed file system, it follows the hierarchical namespace. Then the more important thing, security. Yes, it is more secure in comparison to blob storage. You can add multiple firewalls, add security over the virtual networks, and role-based access as well. Then comes the Cosmos DB. As the name, this is for NoSQL, I would say, a cloud-based service which provides us a NoSQL service. And if I talk about its advantages, it is highly available and high response time, and latency is very low, that I mean by high response time, and good for storing unstructured data. As however, you can store structured data as well, like SQL data over here. As the name suggests, it's NoSQL, not only SQL. So you can save every kind of data over here, and it is good for big data. No schema is required while preparing the Cosmos DB. The best part, it comes with 5 REST APIs depending upon the data that we are playing with. So those are like these. The first one is SQL API for SQL databases. Yes, you can create SQL databases in Cosmos DB. That is one thing. And to access that data, you get the SQL API. And in the backend, for both MongoDB and SQL, it saves data in the form of JSON format. So sometimes it is called collection as well. And the next one is MongoDB API, and and we all know that MongoDB is purely for the NoSQL. Then comes a table API. It is used for tabular kind of data. However, you should only use tables or the tabulars in case you don't have to create very uh, complex joins between those tables. Though they are similar to SQL, but they are not exactly same. Then comes the Gremlin API for graph. For example, for social medias, we tag people or we create a kind of network among the people that he is friend of his and then he liked that video or something like that. So we can create a kind of map for that, and that kind of data can be easily saved in Cosmos DB, and you can access that with the help of Gremlin API. And the last one is columnars, and for that it provides the Cassandra API. The next comes Azure SQL DB service. It is again a cloud-based service, or you can say cloud-based SQL service, where they have provided as a managed relational databases. And if you want to move your conventional or the on-premises database to the SQL DB of Azure, then it is very easy to configure that. No doubt about that. It will take only few minutes, and you can just move complete data from one place to another. And next thing is it is highly scalable. Best part, it is a system which is focused for OLTP, that is online transaction processing. If you have very high transactions, high rate of transactions, it is one of the best systems for that. And also it is integrated with machine learning services as well. So if you want to create some machine learning model, then you can directly create it in that service of the SQL DB. So guys, this is the last topic of this video, that is SQL Data Warehouse. Then again, it is a cloud-based data warehouse service, and the best part is that you can scale data up to petabytes, not just TB or GBs, petabytes over here, and it is literally a lot of data. And you can save some money over here, like it divides your storage prices and computation prices separately. So you can just increase your data size or the storage size, which is much cheaper over here, and then create a computation over that as per your requirement. And the another thing is you pay as you go. That is, you pay only for the amount, or for only for the time being you have used only that computation service. So in that way you save a lot of money by using this. And the next thing is that it can be used for two purposes, that is for data storage as well as for data preparation steps, which I will be discussing in our next video. And of course it is best for big data analytics, and it supports massive parallel processing, and it comes with high compute power. So overall, this is something which should only be used when you have a lots of data and you have only a small number of people who want to work upon the analysis of the data. Then SQL Data Warehouse in Azure is the best choice for you. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you loved it. And please do subscribe, comment, and click on the notification bell, and to just get notified for the next video when I publish it, or anyone among our channel. And please do let me know in case you want to study something special or some case scenarios related to Azure. I will be covering that for you in our next video. So guys, thank you very much. Have a nice day.